Hey there, my name is Dr. Nought. Welcome back to Kentucky Route Zero. We're on Act 3, Scene 4. Nope, Scene 6, because I know my Roman numerals. Hall of the Mountain King. We're back to there. So we checked out Xanadu last time, Act 3, Scene 6. We checked out Xanadu last time, and it kind of felt like there was a way to actually make sense of it, but we maybe didn't choose the right options. I'm not sure. So we'll go back and talk to what's-his-face. Bizarre. And what was that about? Lula. Maybe Donald knows. That's what's-his-face. How to clear it up a bit. So we'll loop back this way to Donald. So everything's circular here, it looks like. So there was Lula and there was Joseph, even though we didn't get the full name of Joseph. Definitely looked like that was the name. It was S-E-F, or S-E-P-H. So I'm guessing that's Joseph. So you've seen it for yourself. What's left of it? Pretty busted. The chalky bones of a beautiful dream. But you can see what it once was, can't you? Can't you? There was so much more to it. Ornate labyrinths of memory, exhaustively simulated parallel cave ecosystems, real artificial intelligence built on sophisticated neural network algorithms. The birds in the forest could flock in 3 dimensions. The bats could learn to sing. And then it began to crumble when the strangers came. At first we only heard them, walking heavily through the caves, dragging things around, hammering and clattering with their tools. Sometimes we heard working songs, never close enough to make out real voices, just their echoes cascading wordlessly in the tunnels. Then we caught a glimpse of one. I bet you they're the miners. I bet you they're the miners. What do they look like? They look like... No, it's too horrible. I shouldn't be telling you about this. They're dangerous. They're strange. I should never have tried to outwit them. They were always too much for me. But it's too late now. If I'd listened to Lula, Lula? Lula Chamberlain? Yes, of course. Oh, do you know her? Oh yeah, she's the one in the office. We're looking for her now. No, she's gone now. She left. We built this together, did you know? Lula, Joseph, and I. Aha. Lula is gone from here, but... Donald points across the cave with his pipe. It's still in there, in Xanadu. Wait, Lula is gone from here, but still in there? Xanadu. I don't know where Lula is now, or how to get there from here, or how to unwind that damn tangled highway, but Xanadu, before its ruin, was faultless as an oracle, a shrine to perfect simulation. Until... what, maybe? Those weird interlopers destroyed my Xanadu. Perhaps they know how to fix it. It may be dangerous. I've sent many eager seconds, or I've sent many eager seconds to negotiate with them. I think it's supposed to be spent. To repair my masterpiece. Back there, that tunnel, push back the vines, crawl out into the darkness. Watch your step. After a while, you'll feel the terrain change beneath your hands and knees, from rock to crystal, and then to mud. Then you'll be out. That's where the strangers come from. I think we are strangers, like by his definition. Now leave me alone. I still have a bit of mold in my pipe and a few dreams left. Yeah, interesting. Alright, Act 3, Scene 7. We don't at least have to navigate ourselves out of there. That's nice. Where the strangers come from. Okay, so this we'll find out, maybe. If the miners are the strangers, like the surface people, maybe, not the cave people. Oh, for love of God, no, not a cemetery. Okay, this is not what I was expecting. So it goes from rock to crystal to mud. Am I supposed to click something? Oh dear lord, we walked out of a mausoleum. Okay, well, this can't be right. Looks like an old church. It's muddy. Yeah, that's what he said. Crystals and then mud. Okay. I want to stay outside. Why? I think I saw a lizard. I'll stay with him. Okay, we'll make it quick. Holy moly. Okay, let's talk before we look at every tombstone. Find any lizards? I wasn't really looking. Nice cover story, kid. Is that guy your boyfriend? That seems like a kid thing to ask. Nah, what's a boyfriend anyway? It's a word people use because everyone else does. Doesn't mean anything to me. He's my cricket. See? It means something. It's specific. I want to be specific. I think you are. It's the middle of the night, and here you are in a graveyard. Any other kid your age would be in bed. You just got to make choices and own them. You think I was born this foxy? I came off the assembly line about a half-foot shorter and all gray, no eyes. We were going to have us clearing out the old mine. Doesn't matter what you look like under all that rock and water. Bunch of gray shadows, shoveling and hammering invisibly at the walls, draining the tunnels. Johnny found some gear, an old tape player. We hid away in an underwater cave and listened to it over and over, and we knew we weren't miners. We slipped out onto the road, just these two featureless shadows, and ever since that night we've been detailing, coloring in, specifying. I feel more like myself every day. I think I should be a musician too. Is that right? I'll have to keep an eye on you. We have the option to look at all these? Nope. Oh, damn it. That probably would have been enlightening to at least learn about a few names here. There you are. What you find in there? It wasn't... Hey, what's going on? You look flushed, old man. Doesn't matter. Right, okay. We got what we need. The heck? Let's go. You gonna inform us? Come on. Act 3, Scene 8. Back to the Hall of the Mountain King. Okay. So they've got some piece of information about these strangers, potentially. And they're not sharing it with us. And now we're back to the Donald. The Donald, oh my god. That was a Freudian slip. Oh, lordy. Yeah, fuck them. Okay. Donald, sing it softly. Trace an orbit round the road and close your eyes with holy dread, for we on mold and whiskey fed and drank from rivers down below. We found your strangers. We know how to fix your damn machine, but I'm not sure it was worth it. Oh? Soon the visions will return. What have you found? Who are they? I'd like to know. You need to unplug it for a while. They say you need to type in a specific phrase to restore it. Oh, a bit of a poem to rally the illustrious spirit? Of course. Well then, type away. By all means, do not hesitate. Type away. Go over to Xanadu. I don't need to talk to everybody. Or do I? Let's see what people have to say. Man wearing a large... Oh, no. They don't have to say anything. We're just looking at them. So now I have to walk myself over to Xanadu. There it is. Okay. Alright, looks like just Shannon's going. Okay, no. Conway's lagging behind a bit. So with the eyeball, we're just looking at people, and I don't really need to look at them. I know what they look like. We could just, if it shows up that we can talk to them, we'll talk to them. Alright. Okay, we're supposed to type dome in air. Dome in air? Weird. Just following instructions. Here we go. You sure it's not like Latin, like dominaire, or French? Domina, domine. Dome in air. Act 3, Scene 9. Xanadu. Okay, let's click on this again. Trippy loud noises incoming. What does this actually do? Xanadu, hi there. At the end of road. Oh, so we must have typed it in because now we can see. This is like one of those mausoleums we walked out of. I don't have any control over this, so I guess we'll just watch what happens. You are standing at the end of a road before a small brick building. Around you is a forest. Check out the building, duh. Enter building. Inside building. So this is one of those like old typing games almost, like text-based games. Okay, is there a chair and a table with a lantern? You are inside a building, a storage shed for the National Park Service. There is a sensible modern electric lantern nearby. Shut up, Ezra. Get the lantern. Taken. Exit building. Now we go into the forest. Enter forest, yep. That's not something you can enter. Just type a direction. Typing north. In forest. If I can't enter it, how am I in the forest? Come on, Xanadu. You are in open forest with a deep valley to one side. Can we climb a tree? I don't think much is to be achieved by that. It's alright. Should we listen to Ezra at all? Maybe let's try it. Dig a hole. Oh my god, this kid. We should... Can't see any such thing. Pretty limited vocabulary. South. You're in forest. Hey, it's a maze. East. You're in forest. Lula is here, soldering replacement components on a small handmade radio. Let's talk to her. Ask Lula how she is doing. Hi, Donald. I'm getting the strangest interference out here. I've been tuning the radio circuits gradually as we go, swapping capacitor values and tweaking resistor networks. It was working for a while, but everything I can pick up sounds so distant and muffled. Lula hands you the radio. Well, maybe you'll have better luck. You're good at this stuff. Just don't forget to give it back. East again. You're in forest. Joseph is here, tapping with a small stylus on a modified pocket braille slate. Small gray kitten, no more than a few weeks old, dozes comfortably on top of his backpack. What? Maybe he has something to say. Listen. Donald, I was just transcribing your footsteps. Sounded like... Joseph runs his finger along the index card he's been tapping on from right to left. Long, weary song, drearily gone, dearly gone. You beat a melancholy shuffle through these woods, Donald. Ha! I've been noting down the sounds of the forest with an ear for speech, and an inborn filter for poetry, I suppose. Maybe it's me being melancholy after all. I'm eager to see what the poetics subsystem makes of these punched cards. Let's see, if we're going east, let's go north again. Ooh. At edge of hole. Oh, we didn't have to dig a hole at all. There's already a hole there. I don't think I need to click this. Yeah, I don't think we need to click that at all. You're at the edge of a massive hole. The dirt gives way to rock as the ground sinks into darkness. The computer tied to your upper back slickens with sweat in the afternoon sun. The rope slung around your shoulder has slipped under the strap of your backpack, digging uncomfortably against your collarbone. Yeah, let's just go down. Down. The cave walls are too slick to climb safely without assistance. You lose your footing and fall to your death. Damn it. We lost the game. Your score was 0 out of a possible 8,192. What? I got achievement unlocked, you died. You may continue or quit. Typing continue. Alright, we have to do it. No, we're not gonna climb down more carefully. It's clearly too slick, so let's... Yeah. Well, duh, I thought we were gonna do that. Tie rope to tree. The rope is tied snugly to a tree trunk. Down. Your feet slip a few times on the slimy rock, but you remain stable. Lula and Joseph descend carefully after you. In Bed Quilt. Is that like the name of a town? It's like a cave system. So you can go left, straight, maybe to the right. You're in Bed Quilt, a long east-west passage with holes everywhere. Joseph and Lula remove the computer equipment they are carrying on their backs and begin setting up. That's the last trip, so everything's down here now. Set up the gear. Set up gear. I only understood you as far as wanting to set the up above. Set the up above? Lula looks pensive. What's the gear they're carrying? Ask Lula about gear. Sure, Donald, we may as well take inventory. I've got the tape machine and the synthesizer parts we borrowed from the School of Music. It's all tuned up to my voice, so we won't have to type so much. Joseph has a slate and the punched cards he's transcribed from the poems we read him. He's got the typewriter and the paper tape reader. And you've got the CRT display. How's your back holding up? Ask where the treasure is. Ask Lula where the treasure is. Ha! If we knew that, we wouldn't have to set up down here. Oh, that's a thing. I know you think this environment will help our project, get us in touch with a deep romantic reverence for some kind of profound natural spookiness, but I was more comfortable in our lab. The university picked the worst time to cut our funding. Typical institutional stinginess and academic politics. I mean, I felt like we were getting really close to something. Anyway, I don't know if it's sustainable down here, you know, to live and work here together. Xanadu. Joseph looks uncomfortable. Jealous. Hey, Donald, can you help me wire up these generators? I'll assemble the synthesizer, but I could use some help with the serial interface if you have time. You hear an unfamiliar echo from a tunnel to the east. Let's help Lula, she'll have some more to tell us. Help Lula. Thanks, Donald. I can never remember which color lead goes to which pin. Lula begins unpacking a box of wires and terminals. Do you think there are paintings down here? Cave paintings, I mean? Maybe some old pottery shards from when the world was young and early men and women huddled in these caves to... You know, I think cultural fossils are the saddest fossils. Sadder than animal remains, I mean. We might come across a petrified mollusk or a partial dinosaur footprint, and we say, there was a point of contact here where a body touched the earth. Maybe there's a little bit of evidential garbage, but the life who owned that body never cared and has moved on anyway. And that's the end of it. But suppose I shine my lantern on one of these walls and I see a crude painting, thousands of years old, 2 men and a woman, charcoal and blood on rock. Someone put that there to keep something on the rock after she passed. A hope, a relationship, or a moment. A worry, maybe. A regret. She made a painting to keep something alive for her, but like that dead mollusk and that itinerant dinosaur, she has moved on. Whatever it was is gone, and now we're looking at this painting. This dangling copy with no original. You're interrupted by the ominous echo of a grating, scraping sound from the east, louder than before. What the hell was that? Let's check it out. In tunnels. Okay, so are these the intruders? The strangers? Rush down the tunnel with Joseph and Lula close behind. Junebug, how do you like all of this, kid? Let's do this one. There's a lot of reading, but I'm really good at that anyway. The tunnel narrows, and soon you find yourself crawling on your hands and knees. Navigating the tunnel gradually becomes more awkward, as smooth rock gives way to jagged, crystalline surfaces. Scratches and taps echo from the end of the tunnel, some short and piercing, some slower and groaning as if dampened by water. The tunnel opens into a large room. Is it muddy in this room? No, it's the crystal room. Okay. Oh dear lord, there are people. Or humanoids, at least. Look very skeletal, obviously, because of the way they're drawn, but, like, you, see, hips and, skulls. You are in a large, irregular chamber. The walls, floor, and ceiling are covered with crystalline projections. Strangers are here, scraping back mold from the crystals. They look up when you enter. One of them seems about to speak. Finally! Let's listen to what he says. The stranger reaches for a box he's carrying and presses a plastic button. Oh boy. The box whirs to life, and a crackly voice blurts something unintelligible and slows to a deep gurgle. He looks at his companions momentarily in confused disappointment. Then he returns his awful gaze to you. Joseph flees through a tunnel to the north. Lula flees through a tunnel to the northeast. Oh, we're going with Lula. Sorry, Joseph. Wait. We're supposed to go north. No, I said... Lula's headlamp scans across the northern passage as you run. We should have went northeast. Soft shadows loom perplexingly from floor to ceiling. Feel around to distinguish shadows from crystal, but eventually find yourselves cornered. You have hit a dead end. Who are they? Yeah, let's just find a way out of here. Escape. That's not a verb I recognize. Look for escape. You can't see any such thing. Oh god. Oh god, they're there. Listen, I think they've gone back to work. They seem strange somehow. Maybe they've forgotten about us. Alright, let's try to pass them quickly now. Don't make eye contact, and we'll find our way back to the equipment. Oh, we made it back. Betcha Joseph didn't make it back. You're in bed quilts, a long east-west passage with holes everywhere. Lula's here, panting for breath. Did they follow us? Where's Joseph? Search for him? Oh god. I only understood you as far as wanting to search. We have to be more specific. Yeah, with the equipment. Search equipment. Various computer and audio equipment cast angular shadows into the tunnels as you scan slowly across the pile. Nothing. Down one of the tunnels. Search tunnel. You select a tunnel at random. Your lantern illuminates several sets of footprints on the moldy cave floor, but they are impossible to identify. Oh, Joseph climbs down from the rope still tied above. That damn sound, those damn voices. I don't even know what direction I was running. I wove through that network of tunnels. I ran my hand along a wall, always turning left, but every turn and every rock felt the same. For all I knew, I was running in circles. Finally, I ended up here, and I hid. I panicked. I heard you talking, but I didn't think I could trust my senses. But listen, there's one thing I have to tell you. While I was out there lost in the tunnels and caves, I came across the Zero, and I had no idea. It's like a real place. They pick up garbage, they deliver mail, they go to work and to church. But it has an awful kind of emptiness. Wandering through, I heard horrible echoes. Weird images got burned in my mind's eye. A television, a scarecrow, a crystal, a feather, a sandwich. a CRT monitor, a bottle, an anchor. Lulu looks down at her feet. Ask him more about that. Ask Joseph about the zero. Donald, you've heard the same damn stories I have, but it's different. It doesn't matter now, damn it. I'm leaving. To hell with all of it. Getting back on track, we're so close. Divert Joseph's attention. Shout something at Joseph about the project you're working on together. You'll die in these damn cold caves. And what about those men? You know they'll come back. We can hide from the strangers. Suggest finding a hiding place. You shout something at Joseph about going deeper into the caves. Did you hear their voices? They're not... They'll find you. But not me. I'm going back to the surface. Stop. You're stupid. Your stupid fight is ringing through the whole damn cave. Joseph's right. We can't stay here. I'm leaving too. But I'm not going back to the surface. I'm taking my station wagon. I'm heading down the zero. I think we, don't let her leave us here. Get Lula's attention. You plead with Lula about your continued collaboration. I'll send you this tape when I'm done recording. I'll put it in the mail, and then you can see what your damn machine does with it. Lula and Joseph have left. Oh, it's just us in the tunnels? Or just Donald? Abandoned by your collaborators, your confidants, your companions, the only two among your colleagues with whom you've ever trusted the gift of your friendship. Pretty thick. Sounds like Beardo had his heart broken. You wander the tunnels alone, dragging along the components of your unrealized masterpiece, combing the underground passages for a new site in which to realize your vision. Sounds like a genius. How do you mean? Vain. Vanity. Ain't it the truth? My Aunt Remedios, before she got into the whole ethnomusicography thing, ethnomusicography, she was a painter, mostly nudes in oil. She had this model, I'll never forget him. Big, classically physical guy, looked like he was about to storm Troy. He made everyone call him the Colonel. Weaver and I saw this guy naked a lot. You couldn't help it. He was always posing somewhere in the house, chasing the light from room to room while Aunt Remedios made a sketch of his profile or worked on the right mix of pigments for his abdomen. The Colonel had this magnificent hair. Long, black hair that ran down just to the bottom of his shoulder blades. One evening, he was standing next to an open window in the back of the house. The sun was setting. Early spring, I think. It was kind of windy. Aunt Remedios was trying to get his hair right. She kept arranging it, like half in front and half behind, running over his shoulder and laying across his chest in this very specific way. But it itched him or something, and he'd do this weird, indignant shuffle thing, or the wind from the open window would push it around, or he'd start and turn his neck when Weaver and I ran by, and everything would be tangled again. The final product was a swirl of black lines billowing around the top of his neck. Weird thing is, I don't even remember his face now, just that black swirl. Probably the best one she ever painted. What the hell is the point of that story? God. Hall of the Mountain King? Hey. After what may have been years, you stumble out of a tunnel into a cavernous open space. Years? Stalactites adorn the ceiling like grotesques. In the center of the room is an enormous rocky spire. This is where you will set up your equipment and establish your legacy. Sure. Hey, look at that. That's where we are right now. Now is the time to continue your work. Research assistance, 0. Realism index, 37%. Romance index, 100. 2%. Mold coverage, 0%. You may hire a new research assistant, assign assistants to a task, or sleep until tomorrow. Well, we can't assign assistants to a task, we don't even have them. Hire. Uploading job advertisement to university message boards. What is this? What is happening now? You've hired Mary Ann, who studies fine art. Okay. Assign assistant to a task. You may assign research assistants to debugging, transcription, or speculation. Let's see, fine art, speculation. Assigning available research assistant to speculation. We'll hire 2 more, and then see what they're best qualified for. Job advertisements, university message boards. No new applicants. Try again later. Okay, we'll just sleep then. Time passes. Marianne discards centuries of exhaustive data on the uniformity of cause and effect. Now it's time to continue your work. 1. Realism index. 22%. Nice. Romance index. Wait, that went down. Shit. 7%. 9%. Okay. I think we're gonna have to get something to, like, max before anything happens here. Alright, so hired Weaver, who studies mathematics. Oh boy. Okay, so we'll assign her to something that's quantitative. Assign. Debugging, transcription, or... Let's do debugging. You have 2 research assistants available today. Assign how many to debugging? 1. See if we can get another one. Okay. So then we'll assign the other one to... Let's do transcription. I don't know. I don't know who got assigned to what here, but let's see what they do. Time passes. Weaver makes adjustments to the echolocation algorithm. Bats now fly normally instead of getting hung up on each other's wings and clustering together like horrible leathery tumbleweeds. Marianne extensively notates tunnel diameter as a function of length. Greasy black mold is collecting on the computer equipment. Alright, what do we have here? We're at Research Assistants 2. Realism Index 47%, nice. Romance Index 2%, that dropped for some reason. Mold coverage 19%. Okay, hire a new assistant. What do we have? Greg, who studies architecture. Alright, we're gonna assign tasks. Let's do 1 to each. Transcription. 1. Speculation. Alright. Sleep. Time passes. Marianne widens tunnels slightly to reduce the need for extra crouch commands. Greg summarizes the migratory patterns of bats through the tunnels. Weaver makes a convincing argument for the edibility of stone. Intruders! Off this way? The strangers are doing something to the equipment, but you can't make out what. You hide behind a rock until they leave. With trepidation, you emerge from your hiding place hours later. Now it's time to continue your work. Oh my lord. I'm not convinced this is getting us any closer to the 0. Research Assistance 3, Realism Index 67%, Romance 7%, mold coverage 0%. They took all the mold. Alright, is there anyone to hire? Try to quit and start over. I want to keep playing. I got stuff to do. Are you sure you wanted to quit? Yes. That was a rhetorical question. Quit game. I only understood you as far as wanting to quit. Maybe we have to lose or die somehow in order to start over. Eat the lamp. Eat lamp. Don't be ridiculous. Maybe you have to wait it out? Wait indefinitely. Time passes. Research assistants come and go. One of them, the mathematician named Weaver, follows the strangers into the tunnels. She doesn't return, but neither do they. Years pass. Mold accumulates. You and the remaining research assistants take to burning disused equipment in the center of the room. The black mold is intensively flammable and makes an excellent catalyst. It leaves behind a sweet narcotic perfume. One night you have visitors, outsiders, different ones. Then later that night, an old friend. Lula, you really did go deeper into the caves. Xanadu, premature end of file. Press any key to quit. Huh. Okay, jeez. Alright, Act 3, Scene 10, which is where we'll start next time. So we'll see where this pops us out. Hall of the Mountain King. Never mind. Okay. Gonna talk to Donald again or something? Yeah, we'll talk to... Oh, Lula's here too. Oh, so she actually did just show up. This is weird. Alright, so we'll talk to Donald and Lula next time. So thank you for watching. I'll see you then. Take care. Goodbye.